very, very good friend of mine, auditioned for a role in Frost Nixon, for the role of Jane, the news anchor. Oh gosh, blanking on her name. Actually had a 1 hour meeting with Ron Howard, met with Ron Howard, and had an incredible meeting, and found out that it came down to her and another actress for the part of a news anchor. And, you know, when you get to that level, like, she was right there. She was right there. Spent an hour in Ron Howard's office talking about things. They hit it off. It was a real great connection. She didn't get it. She didn't get it. And she quit acting.
Wow.
She quit. So broken. But remember, we're talking about perception. See, the crazy thing about perception is she'd never been probably so close to working with such a revered director ever in her whole entire career. She was so close. She'd probably never gotten closer to working with someone of his caliber. But instead of looking at it as, I've gotten farther than I've ever been before, so hurt, and I get it, and broken from it, that like turned their back on Hollywood and gave up, at least for a period of years. I think they may have kind of gotten back into it, but it's like, that's when your momentum is going. That's when you're on a roll. That's when your agent is most excited about you. That's when you're kind of in the periphery, in the mind of someone like a Ron Howard that goes, hey, maybe not this, but be in alignment for something else.
Right.
Something happened to me many years ago. I auditioned for Days of Our Lives. And I went in to read. The cast director since retired, but went in very, very nice. And I went in and I read. And at the end of it, she said, that was really, really good. And I was like, cool, right? That was really... And then she said, let's do it again. And I was like, what? That was really, really good, but let's do it again. And I thought, wait a minute. She said that she liked it. Why would she have me do it again? And I thought, oh, maybe she wants to give me some direction. She wants to have me do it in a different way. So then I said, okay, sure. Any notes? Any direction? And she said, no, let's just do it again. And then I was like, oh, dang, okay. So we did it, and we got about like 1 page into it, and then she stopped me. She said, okay. And I was like, okay. And she said, I'm just going to tell you right now, you're not going to get the part. It was for a contract role, 3-year contract role. She said, you're not going to get it. And I said, oh. And she said, you're too young for the role. I just needed to be sure. But I really enjoyed your work, but I just want to let you know, you're not going to get it because you're too young. And it was such a relief because you never get feedback like that, that instantly from a casting director. So I walked out of there with my head held high, knowing, wow, she liked me. I didn't get the part, and it wasn't because of my acting. That she was gracious enough to let me know honestly why I wasn't going to get it, because I was too young for the role, but it wasn't because of what I did. So it was a win. Well, 6 months later, I get a call from my agent at the time, and they say, oh, you know, the Days of Our Lives casting, they called. And I said, oh, great, cool. I thought, right, another audition. I said, okay, where can I get the sides? And they said, oh, no, there's no sides. The casting director is just offering you a recurring. Do you want it? I said, what? She said, it's not a contract role, it's a recurring. It has at least a 2 or 3 episode arc. She's just offering it to you. 6 months later, she remembered me, and she didn't even bring me in to read. She just gave me the part.
Wow.
And I ended up doing all my scenes with Jensen Ackles from Supernatural.
Oh my
He was on
gosh.
Days, and I got to work with him. And but that's just the crazy story, right? Like 6 months later, she remembered me and didn't even bring me into the room. She remembered me and just offered me a recurring.
And you kept training that whole time.
Yes.
So you didn't quit. Yeah, exactly.
No,
So
didn't quit. Still in class, still working, still going at it.
So when that opportunity came, you were ready.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's just to show you that how powerful our perceptions are, and that we can really demoralize ourselves, really sabotage ourselves. That's why you've got to get in alignment with your values and be very, very clear. And when you'll know that you're working within your values, because when you think of this dream career, when you think of doing what you love and loving what you do, it brings a tear to your eye. You get emotional about it. You get moved. You literally are moved with emotion, because the idea of doing this for the rest of your life brings you such joy, such peace. You're in such alignment with your purpose and your hierarchy of values.